Watercolor can be completely intimidating, and today I am going to show you a super quick way to learn your brushes, water flow, and your colors using a very simple technique and painting something that everyone loves, which is flowers. So I'm starting off here with a 140-pound piece of cold pressed paper, and it's made by a company called B Paper Company and watercolor paper. They sell them in packs of 50 and they are amazing. They're great for experimentation and they're actually pretty sturdy that you can do a final project with. I have 3 brushes today. I'm using a number 4 mop, a number 2 mop, and then I'm using a detail brush from Trek. You can use any detail brush you want. Sometimes you can use a liner if you want, if that works for you. I have my palette and I'm only using really 2 colors today. I might use the third if I feel inspired. I'm using a permanent rose and a sap green. All right, so let's get started. So you want to make sure that you have a lot of water in your brush and you have a lot of pigment on your brush. So make sure you load that up. And all you're going to do is just take and place some of this, get some more pigment, some dots randomly on your page. One up here and here, just to make it a little balanced, and maybe one right here. Okay. Then I want you to completely clean your brush off and just have a fresh brush loaded with water. You're going to take the fresh brush, no pigment on it whatsoever, touch the edge and just bring it up. And do it all for the rest of them. You can put some more pigment if you want. It's completely up to you. These are random shapes. You're just putting some pressure. Make them different sizes. Do a small one down here, just to give it a little balance. I'm going to push back some of the water. I've cleaned up my brush. I'm going to drop in a little bit more water here. And you can already see the effect that it's having. I'm going to take some more pigment, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop some pigment in right at the base of the flower. Just drop it in. Okay, so I'm going to drop in a little bit more water, and I'm just creating some random petals. Now I'll get some fresh clean water again, and I'm going to drop some water in at the top of the flower petals. Then I'm going to take my detail brush, and I'm really going to load it up with some pigment. Really load it up. And you're going to draw sort of the base of the flower. Don't be so perfect. Nature isn't perfect. Flowers are not perfect. Petals aren't perfect. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to let those dry. Then we're going to take the rest of our color. I'm going to use the same color so that we don't waste any paint. Actually, before I do that, apologize. I decided I'm going to drop in a little bit of yellow now that I look at it. So I'm going to take some of this beautiful lemon yellow and just a couple of them. I'm going to drop in, not much, just a little bit, maybe on here to balance, just like that. And I'm going to drop in a little bit more water here, just so it has a nice blend. I'm going to let that blend all on its own. I'm not even going to touch it. It will dry beautifully. So just 2 of the flowers I chose. Now I'm going to do the base. So I'm going to add a little bit more pigment here. And just going to come over here and we're just going to do this random. Again, we're not looking for perfection, just having fun. Let accidents happen. Maybe this with a little more depth. Even drop in some of this yellow down here. Why not? Yeah, just have fun with it. Make it as abstract as you can. No harsh lines. Just make sure you add more water. It's okay to add more water. And then we're going to let this completely dry. You can use a hair dryer to speed up the process as well. I don't like to do that because sometimes it blows the paint in the direction I don't want it to do. So I just walk away, do a couple more errands, or start in a new painting. So let it dry. So now that I've let it completely dry, I'm going to just add some quick stems using my sap green. I'm really going to get that color nice, and we're going to neutralize it a little bit with some of the permanent rose. You use a complementary color, neutralizes everything. There we go. A little bit more green, just because I want this to be a little thicker. Okay, so then you just take your edge down, one continuous line, here. It's going to go behind that. I'm going to stop, and then we're just going to continue. Get some more pigment on there. You can go back and darken them too if you want. It's connected, and this one's going to go over here. And I'm just going to add a little bit more rose. Just to darken it up. It's going to darken it up a little bit towards the petals. And voila. And now one last thing we're going to add, just to add some visual interest. We're going to take our mop brush. We're going to get some more of the permanent rose, just to get some more pigment on our brush. And it's probably good to test this out before we do it. So if you want to grab a scrap piece of paper, it doesn't have to be watercolor paper, it could be anything really. We're just going to get you used to the movement a little bit. I'm not going to do this over the canvas. What we're doing essentially is we're going to just take the brush like this, and we're going to tap it. But we're going to tap it a little harder so it splatters on the paper. Now I'm going to load this up again with pigment. I'm going to add some visual interest. That. And voila, you've created your first flower painting. Super simple. If you did like this video, giving a thumbs up and a subscribe really helps my channel. Until next time, happy creating.